Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, host of a Totally Turtle Sports and Gaming YouTube channel, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
Diggity dank.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another week of the Nightwing News. Got another new one this week. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
Like I said, we got another new issue, Nightwing 2022 Annual number 1 and Teen Titans number 13 from 1968 or 67.
67, 68.
I think the cover date is 68, but they're at the end of that story. They're like, man, 68 is going to be a what?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start off with the new annual. Oh, but I'll have to look up the date. I don't know. I'm breathlessly waiting for the last issue of Dark Crisis because look at that cover.
Oh yeah. Well, that must be next week, maybe the beginning of December. Yes.
It's sometime in December. We got our. I wonder if that's symbolic or if.
I don't know.
The grace and all floating, all angelic. Hold on, I'm looking this up. Dark Crisis number 7. I probably looked it up before. And December 20th.
Wait, that's when Dark Crisis comes out?
Number 7, yes, that's when it comes out. Oh, that's the same week as the new Nightwing issue.
Ah, that's really late. Hasn't Dark Crisis been coming out early in the month before?
Can't remember. I mean, there's a bunch of crossovers and stuff, and
nothing is consistent. The only thing consistent is change.
well, it's the last issue too, so I wonder if they're just keeping it towards the end of the year.
Trying to wait until the bitter end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Just barely making it there. Only 11 days left.
All right, so. But this week's new issue is, we got the Nightwing Annual with, 1, 2, 3 stories? Yes.
3 stories, yeah.
So the first story we got was the origin of Heartless.
Yeah, Heartless is even more freaky because basically Heartless's story is a mashup of evil Alfred and then an evil Bruce Dick smushed together.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is not good.
And I was getting confused by the timeline at first. I thought the kid was like withdrawn after he saw Dick's parents dead, but I guess no, he was just always like that.
Watching him murder made him come alive.
Yes, after he saw 2 people hit the ground from a great height, he's like, yes, that was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's like, this is what my life has been missing, murder.
So basically a kid who was born a, what is that, a sociopath or...
Yeah.
So yeah, so.
And of course, I'm sure they'll remind us. I've kind of forgot because it started with Heartless, and then a lot of other stuff happened. But I think he is after Dick, not so much after Nightwing. I don't think Heartless yet knows they're the same person, does he?
I don't think. Yeah, I think if anything, he's if he's mad at Nightwing for any reason, it's just for getting in his way. But yeah, I think.
Right. I
don't know what he wants with. I mean, does he want to kill Dick, or is it just, oh hey, you should join me?
I mean, I don't know. It's probably something with coming full circle.
Mm-hmm.
He first came alive when he watched Dick's parents die, so maybe he'll go to the next level of aliveness by killing Dick or something. Maybe he wants his heart. although they kind of make it sound like he needs the really big blockbuster heart to function. So I'm not sure about that.
Well, I'm thinking now because I mean they even said the butler was saying he's replaced so much of his body with like robotic and cyborg parts. So I'm assuming he needs that big heart to run all that stuff.
Yes, yeah, and then I'm thinking maybe that it's like that's kind of why he needs Blockbuster's heart is because of all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
He's got
but even
like too much going on for a regular heart.
But even that butler's not like a real butler. He killed the real butler, assumed his like
right. Yeah, that's why I said it's an evil Alfred too, because Gerard is yeah, I mean he's not really Gerard. We don't know who he really is, but
and the other thing, I mean, this always, I mean, it was a good story, but it always bugs me when like they keep trying to add more and more to the origin. So let's take a head count. Who was there the night Dick's parents died? Tim Drake, this Heartless kid. Wasn't Raptor part of the circus, or at least interested in Mary? So was
yeah. Well, although the thing is, that does not bother me as much because it would make sense that, I mean, his parents died during a circus performance. So at least, I mean, I don't know how big their big top was, but several hundred people had to be there. So that kind of,
I know, but
I feel like that kind of works, and that there had to be a lot of people there, so it doesn't stretch the imagination as much as if it were like, I watched Bruce Wayne's parents die. It's like, oh, what were you doing in that alley?
Yeah, I guess, but but too, it's like how many people there's at least 3 people who became superheroes or supervillains. So. Well, 4 if you count Dick. So.
Right, but I mean, out of what if let's say there were 1,000 people there? That's that's still pretty good.
And it's Gotham, okay.
Exactly.
But what was I gonna say? But then they also reveal that he was that blonde kid from Nightwing 78. From the flashback, he was kind of messing with the other kids and
Oh yeah, well actually yeah, once he started talking, he went to school. So yeah, that's another reason I guess that he doesn't like Dick, is because Dick saw his parents die and he still became a nice person.
Yeah, knocked his teeth out.
Right. And knocked his teeth out though because he was trying to.
I did like that part where it gave him like more context to that that encounter, because when he wasn't just some mean kid saying, "Oh, I guess your parents couldn't fly." It was because it was freaking Heartless. That's why. So so this guy who killed the butler and assumed the butler's identity, basically trained Heartless, and then after he attempted to kill the parents, and Heartless also gets caught in that helicopter crash. Yeah, they start rebuilding Heartless with robot arms and legs.
Yeah, so maybe right. So maybe that's it. Maybe he wants to just get Dick back for knocking his teeth out.
Well, again, if he's a psycho like that, I mean, he doesn't need that much of a reason. Yeah, but Dick did humiliate him, and so
it started him down the path of fake body parts.
Exactly. So yes, now we see the reason why Heartless needs his hearts. Power that body. You will get, oh god, yeah. The last thing that Butler says, you will get to watch as Dick Grayson loses everything all over again.
Yeah.
But yeah, not the healthiest relationship.
That's an understatement, Phil.
I know.
Yeah, he's super freaky.
Oh yeah. And then,
but yeah, I mean, it also just really ran home how it's like a messed up, how Gerard's a messed up Alfred because how he's like, you're my son, or no, he's like, I couldn't be proud of you than if you were my own son, and he's like, I am your son, and he's like, I'm so proud of you.
You've literally given me life many times.
Yeah. Yeah, Heartless was freaky.
Oh yeah. But then the second story was a lot more lighthearted. Was Haley's not too happy when Dick goes out with Barbara, and then Dick's like, "Oh, she's been all hyper lately." He's like, "I wish I knew what was on her mind."
I know, but I have to admit, I think I had too high hopes for this one because this one did not. Like, I don't know. It was all right. I guess I was expecting that she was actually going to go on an adventure, and instead it was just a dream.
Hey, man, she got to go on an adventure in Nightwing '98 thanks to.
I know, but this was supposed to be her first adventure. And
I
it turns
know.
out it was just a dream.
I mean, that's expecting a lot from a regular dog. I mean, she's a 3-legged dog. Come on.
But they said it was going to be it. So this was not quite what I was expecting.
But yeah, I do like that. Yeah, so I guess Haley fantasizes about helping Dick and Barbara with Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and I'm assuming Haley's mortal enemy, Catwoman.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
And then, yes, Haley gets a statue in the park, and furthermore, International Cat Day is now outlawed in the city of Bloodhaven.
I know, when that happened, I was like, hey!
So, but in the end, she gets her cuddles.
Yep.
And then, what did you think of this last story, where we kind of get a flashback of when Bruce was training Dick, but then it kind of mirrors the present, where like Dick's trying to give Jon Kent lessons.
Yeah, I liked that one. I was super jealous of Jon Kent, though. He was like, oh, yeah, I was gone for 1 minute and I practiced it 10,000 times. I was like,
I know, that'd be nice.
I'm so jealous.
Well, yeah, I think that's a thing. I forget where that's from, but it's like, yeah, they say like to become an expert in something, you have to do it like 10,000 times or 10,000 hours, something like that.
Yeah, I know. I've heard that, but I'm just jealous of these people with super speed that they just do it. And they're like, ugh.
Oh, there was the Superman special out today where like Superman returns to Earth and he meets up with Bruce and he's telling Bruce, "Oh, thank you for looking out for my family," which he did. I mean, he when they came after John and like Clark and like Lois and Clark's parents, like Bruce did step up. But I'm like, why don't you go thank Dick too? I mean, he's really been mentoring your son.
Maybe that'll be the next issue.
Oh, we do have a Nightwing 100 coming soon.
Yeah, maybe because I think it wasn't the Nightwing stuff where he had to interact, right?
Well,
With Clark, that wasn't a Nightwing book where Clark was like,
yeah, no, it was a
right?
Superman book this week, but I mean, he thanked Bruce.
Mm.
Well, it was written by Mark Waid, so I mean, writer of Batman, Superman, World's Fine.
That's right. Yeah, so I think I also liked I like when the writers I mostly read Dick stuff, so I suppose that's why I see it the most, but I do feel like the writers like to play both with how similar the Robins are to Batman and also how different they are. So I did like how he was kind of doing and the opposite. He was remembering, oh yeah, this is what Batman. He's like, never make yourself vulnerable. And Dick's like, okay, hit me.
I just
like you can't trust anyone, and Dick's like, I trust you not to hurt me.
Oh yeah, and like Bruce is like, you can't make a single mistake, and Dick's like, it's okay to make a mistake. That's how you learn.
Yeah. So I like that. So yeah, I thought it was funny, but also a little sad. I mean, because some of it was good. He's like, I learned it from Batman, and he's like, the again and the practice is helpful. But then it was also a little sad that Batman was like, never be vulnerable, and he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna follow that.
And he did tell John not to put any more test dummies in the orbit. He goes, I'm not a billionaire anymore, so I'm assuming he dumped all the money into that foundation or charity.
Well, right, that's what he said he was gonna do with it.
Oh, yeah.
Was I mean, he might have to take some of it back so that he can get a new house since his stuff got blown up.
Yes.
You know, we'll deal with that in another issue.
Oh, maybe that's issue 100. Maybe him and Barbara are going to move in together.
Maybe, but isn't Barbara still doing a lot of stuff in the Batgirls?
She is still in Batgirls, but Batgirls, what was it? That annual came out today, and she did move out. She's not living with the girls anymore, so you never know.
This is true.
But yeah, no, so did you like that? I mean, I really enjoyed the annual.
Yeah, I did like it. I feel like I liked last year's annual a little better because that was that Jason and Dick story.
Oh yeah.
And I liked this one. Because that whole thing was the Jason and Dick story. And this one, you know, a good chunk of it, we needed to know it about Heartless, but it wasn't really about.
Yeah, the main story really didn't have much to do with Dick, except for this. This is how he knows Dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But aside from my slight disappointment that Haley dreamed her adventure, because I thought it was gonna be real. But I really liked the Jon Kent one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was good.
I do like her. I did like Haley's Nightwing outfit or Bitewing outfit.
Yeah, that was good. And I mean, I did think it was hilarious when they were saying we're gonna outlaw Cat Day and make it Haley Day. I mean, I was sad as a cat person. I was like, hey.
I do like when
But I also thought it was funny.
I know. I do like when Dick looks through the skylight and goes, "Oh, thank God!" You know, because it looks like a Batman silhouette. But then you go outside, it's Haley.
Yeah. So yeah, it was cute.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So yeah, what is that? Like 2 or 3 weeks? Yeah, not in the same week. Like I said, we'll be getting issue 99 and Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths number 7, where yes, Dick's supposed to be a big part of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, 3 weeks. All right. So should we get to the Teen Titans?
Yeah, I'm having to sign back in.
Those groovy Hepcats.
They were pretty Hepcat on here, I will say. Did the wrong thing. Yes, this baby right here was some classic. This was classic vintage Teen Titans right there. Wonder Chick. Gillhead.
Yeah.
Oh, it had all the greatest hits.
Oh yes, it's saying January 1968. So, but it's a Christmas tale, kids.
Yeah, so I think it probably must have come out in December.
Probably, yeah, because usually the cover date's usually a month or 2 ahead than when it actually comes out. The TT swinging Christmas Carol.
That's right. I mean, right there, that's just so 60s. It's not just a Christmas Carol; it's a swinging Christmas Carol. But the begin, yes.
I think we talked about this before because what was that, like 2 years ago? I think we covered the next issue after this. But yeah, their headquarters in the hill. They have that watch Batman on TV on the billboard.
Yep. And also, it just cracks me up how they're all sitting around reading. and I like this because sometimes, because as they have accumulated more Robins, they have writers who are not as good have like not made them less nuanced, given just a couple characteristics of all of them. And anyway, I'm not trying to say that Jason isn't the one most in the books. I don't know, but all of the other Robins read as well. And of course, Dick was always shown back in the day reading a lot. So I always like. So I like how in this one he's reading a novel and everybody else is originally reading comic books, and they're like, I can't believe you're reading that dusty old book.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe Tim later on, but I mean, they always showed Dick like doing good in school, right?
Yeah, until he went to college and he didn't have time to do his work because he was too busy saving New Carthage.
But I love how like they're all like reading like like Garth is reading Aquaman, Donna's reading a Wonder Woman, Dick eventually reads a Batman, but then Wally's reading a Superman comic.
I know, Flash had a comic, didn't he?
Yes. I'm like, damn, Burn.
I know. Wally would totally read. Wally loves Uncle Barry. He would totally read his comic.
I just found that funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
then I also find it funny how even though by this point in time A Christmas Carol is in the public domain, they still change the name. So instead of it's Scrooge, it's Scrounge.
Yes, Ebenezer Scrounge, yes.
Yep. And instead of Bob Cratchit, it's Bob Ratchet. And it's not Tiny Tim, it's Tiny Tom.
Well, I guess they don't want to be like, it's exactly like they still were like, it's exactly like the book, but they don't want it to be.
Right, but yeah.
And yes, Bob Ratchet.
But
Bob Ratchet wants the work overtime so he can afford the money to buy his son an electric wheelchair.
I know, and reading this, I realized, oh my gosh, this is actually a sad commentary on how that story really worked in Dickens' time in the 1800s because medical care was expensive back then. But that kind of story would not work in the UK now because it'd be like National Health Service will pay for the wheelchair. It's fine. But I was like, oh, snap. This story makes just as much sense in the United States in 1968 and right now in 2022 as it would have in 1840 or whatever. And then that made me kind of sad and depressed.
Yeah, but at least now they like try to raise money on the internet or
I know, but the point.
I know. Yeah. I know, but I don't know. And this whole weird like with the smugglers, because Scrounge sends Bob home because yes, he like rents out his junkyard to these guys who basically have junk imported from like overseas, and then they use this ray to
turn. They have this like magic ray. That part was weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you need stuff sent over if your ray just like turns it into new stuff?
I guess because they can't create it out of nothing. Maybe it must be that they have to have something.
Yeah, but there's no junk over here. I mean, they're standing in a junkyard.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I'm like, where's the crime? I mean, okay, maybe they're not paying like the taxes or like, the import fees or whatever. But besides that, where's the crime?
I believe that is the crime.
Oh, yes.
I suppose their crime is also being shady.
Got to pay your Uncle Sam, see?
Right. Well, and I suppose, I mean, I don't know. I suppose it is somewhat suspect what's going on with this ray. If people, it's probably also that they're kind of selling things under false pretenses.
I guess, yeah.
Because it looks like a brand new car, but really it's a hunk of junk that's been zapped into a new car. And the thing is it just as good as a new car or is it not? And obviously it has not undergone rigorous transportation and safety testing, so we don't know. So I suppose maybe that would be the other thing is mostly the duties and then the switcheroo. They're kind of selling it falsely, but yeah, it is not the most villainous we have seen in comic books. But remember, this is Teen Titans,
Yeah.
so
Well, I was confused too because like in this first scene when they used the ray, it seems like that it was new stuff overseas, but then they hit it with the ray and made it look like junk, and then turned it back to normal when it got here. But then the thing they do at the end, I'm like, wait a minute, no, that doesn't.
yeah, that's true. They do make it sound like it's junk, and then they turn it back into brand new.
Yeah. But the thing they do at the end, I'm like, that doesn't line up with this.
Right. So yeah.
But no,
The
so
magic ray. To be honest, it would have made more sense if it was like we buy old cars and then we take a screwdriver and turn the odometer back, and so it looks like they don't have nearly as many miles, and sell it for a jacked up price. That would have been much simpler and made more sense.
but
Yeah, you're like, where are they getting this ray and stuff?
But young Tiny Tom sees this whole thing and tells his father.
Yes.
Tiny Tom.
But then his dad is an idiot, and he's like, oh, I better go ask Scrounge about it before I go to the police. What, dude? No. You should go directly to the police. You don't tell somebody who's involved in illegal activities, hey, I know you're involved in illegal activities. Are you going to stop, or should I go to the police?
Well, I guess I don't know. I guess he was naive. He just thought, "Oh, Mr. Scrounge would not do this. He must not know about this." But then Scrounge is like, "How dare you? Now you have to work Christmas Day."
Which should have been a big sign that he did know. So he should have hightailed it to the police station.
Exactly.
Jeez, Bob.
But what's better than going to the cops? Going to the Titans.
Rookie mistakes. No wonder the kids have to step in.
Yeah, Tiny Tom calls the Titans in.
That's right.
And they all cling to the back of that truck.
The junk truck.
But then, yeah, the crooks hightail it out of there. Like, we got to tell Mr. Big. Well, but then back at Scrounge's house, his old partner shows up.
Also, don't you love how Scrounge is using an oil lamp? Like, again, very Charles Dickens. Dude, hopefully you have electricity. It's 1967.
I know. Yes, his partner, Jacob Farley. But
then Flash, like a whirling dervish, separates the two.
The Teen Titans. But yes, Farley has escaped from prison. But yes, they sold defective material. Someone was hurt on a job, but Farley took all the blame.
Yep.
But yeah, Farley blames Scrounge, but Scrounge is like, I didn't know it was bad either, but once it happened, I just protected myself.
Yeah. Whatever, Scrounge. But yeah, then
Scrounge is like, get out, all of you. I'm going to call the police.
Robin's like, all right, we got to go. We're technically trespassing.
And Farley gets out the window.
And then, of course, Robin's like, haven't you characters begun to dig it yet? That's so Teen Titans 60s. Ebenezer Scrounge, Jacob Farley, Tiny Tom. Aqualad's like, yeah, it's just like A Christmas Carol.
But then Dick comes up with a plan.
And so they go to the office and they scare Scrounge. Christmas past. Look at that girl that left you because you suck.
So yeah, because it's Christmas passes Wally because he vibrates through the wall.
Yep.
And then we get the Ghost of Christmas Present who comes, I guess, out of the river.
Yeah. So that's Aqualad.
Yep.
You can see his blue moods, and conveniently, Bob Ratchet was still there, so he can point him out. He's like, "I'm a harmless old man," and then flying down, the Ghost of Christmas Future.
Look at the legs on the Ghost of Christmas Future.
I know, the Ghost of Christmas Future looks like Santa Claus.
I mean, are you supposed to be afraid of the Ghost of Christmas Future? We're like, wow, you're an attractive young lady.
Yeah, that's true. Wasn't the Ghost of Christmas Future the creepy one?
Yeah, he looks
In
like he usually looks like the Grim Reaper or something.
Yeah. Well, none of the Teen Titans look like the Grim Reaper, so they had to make do.
I know, but I mean, Donna's basically just like wearing almost like a Santa outfit, just like.
Yeah, that's what I said. She looks just like Santa.
But then Mr. Big shows up.
All right. Well, they've got the like the other Teen Titans are in the back saying bad things about Scrounge, and then Tiny Tim's like, he wasn't all bad. I felt sorry for him. Which is good. He remembers that. But yeah, then Mr. Big and the people show up and they're like, hey, shoot down that girl.
Yeah, that chicken ear, gun her down. They must wing her. Yeah, they bring Donna down.
And he's like, I've been tricked.
Those ghosts weren't real. They was the Titans.
Yep. So now they gotta fight to make sure they get Donna away. Wally juggles some junk to make a Merry Christmas sign. And then somehow her bracelets become magnetized. They hook up onto that big magnet for the car crusher. Aqualad has some quality lines right here. Suffering sticklebacks. That's very Aqualad. They're yanking Miss Ponytail out of our ever-loving hands.
Holy flat iron. She's being dropped into the car crusher.
She got her Amazon power. But then, of course, get another Wonder Chick. Robin, hang on, Wonder Chick.
So then they activate a trap, which pulls Robin in, but Wally gets out of it.
Yeah, it's like they're, I don't know, somehow magnetized again? Or, I mean, I don't know. They all get sucked into that pile of junk. Yeah, then Aqualad.
Moaning mackerel.
Yeah.
But yeah, Donna gets free, and then they all get trapped until Tiny Tom shows up.
He hits the guy, but he falls out of his wheelchair, and they're gonna crush it. And Scrounge has a moment of conscience. He says, "Oh no, I can't let you do it." So he releases the Titans.
Heck yeah.
Then they just have to save Tiny Tom from the hoodlums.
And then, once they clean up the hoods and Scrounge must pick up that raise. Like, here, so your father doesn't have to use all his hard-earned money. I'll use Mr. Big's secret junk transformer to make an old wheelchair into a nice new electric model. And again, it's like, if they were transforming new stuff into old and back again, it's like that wheelchair was never a new electric one.
Yeah, floor magic. But then they're like, groovy.
Not to say it's groovy.
At the end. So that was pretty funny.
But Donna gets a new outfit, a new Christmas outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but Scrounge is all heart, and he's going to give Bob Ratchet another present, a heater in the office.
Yeah, like, wow, I feel like that's required by, federal law, OSHA regulations and stuff, but way to be generous there, Scrounge.
Here, Ratchet, I'm going to give you the bare minimum.
Right. I'm so generous. Here's some heat, and maybe I'll let you take a lunch break. Woo! Wow. But again, Aqualad with the great quotes. Hey, Robin-O, how could anyone have as marv a Christmas as we are?
Ah!
Although Tiny Tom does play us out quite well. Best wishes to all for a swinging and groovy new year. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, because, like I said, at the bottom, that goes double for everyone at DC, and to all Titans fans out there, stay with us in 68. Stay with us, gang. 68 will be the most titanic year yet.
Darn right it will be. Because we're all going to have a swinging and groovy new year. That should be our wish for 2023, Phil. Let's have a swinging and groovy 2023.
Exactly, kids.
Diggity dank. That's right.
Happy holidays, everyone.
May your new year be swinging and groovy.
Oh my God. I was just thinking today, I was like, it just happened to line up this week, but I'm just like, oh, we're doing our Christmas issue. Oh, we're also doing the new issue where there's a young psychopath stealing people's hearts. Yes. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. What are you doing? My cat's turning into an acrobat over here. She's trying to climb me.
She's having her first adventure.
Yes. Are you going to cancel National Dog Day? To make it Nightwing Day? Nightwing Day?
Haley's an arch nemesis.
I did like it when that black cat was in there. I was like, oh, black cat. Obviously, it was Catwoman's cat.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta hand it to Haley, man. She knows some of the Bat villains to actually, put in that in that daydream.
She knew him quite well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think didn't Dick and Barbara say, Haley gets left alone a lot. She's like, I could see him just leave his laptop open. Haley's just like looking through crime files.
Yeah, I don't know if Haley can read, but
I see pictures.
Maybe she can.
Maybe just the pictures.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it's the Iceman. Okay.
The Iceman. The Iceman. Oh, yeah. Actually, speaking of the Iceman, before we leave, we talked about it before, but then I finally got a chance to read it. And I liked the Mr. Freeze One Bad Day, but I was also a little surprised. I was a little disappointed that they made Mr. Freeze less sympathetic.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff, I thought it was really good, what they had done kind of starting with the animated series that, stuff had happened to him and he was doing it for his wife and stuff. But yeah, they really kind of turned him into he was really kind of a jerk.
Oh, yeah.
That he wasn't doing it really for his wife. He was doing it for a selfish reason. I don't know. I mean, I can understand it, and it does make him more villainous. But at the same time, for so many years, for like 30 years, they've been working on making him less villainous, and now they're like, yeah, he sucks.
Well, it depends who's writing it, because even in New 52, they tried to change that, where it's like I don't think she was even his wife, but he was just obsessed with her and like keeping her alive.
Oh, okay.
But again, they went back to the regular. I don't know if this is in continuity or not, but yeah, spoilers, kids. Nora Freeze had a living will where it said, she didn't want to be kept alive, or.
Well, I think she was also about to divorce Victor.
Maybe, but yeah, I think that was the big thing, was like she didn't want to be kept. She was dying. She didn't want to be kept alive through any. means, yeah, just let her go. But of course, we know she did. But it was Dick who said, "Hey, we can use your technology to help other people."
That's right. Well, and that's what Nora wanted as well.
Exactly.
Because that's what he said. He said something about like using your big brain, and that's what broke through to Victor.
Yeah, I'll let you know because you never know what time period or what era. But the next One Bad Day is Catwoman this month. So in December,
Yeah,
December.
some of the other ones are that one, the Mr. Freeze one. They were very clear that it was involved Batman and Robin, and they even said which Robin it was. So that's why I knew. I don't think any of the others so far have said. Has Robin been in any of the other ones? I didn't think so.
Oh, I know the Riddler one he wasn't in. What was the other one? There was at least one other one. I can't remember. Yeah, but it really didn't seem like Dick wasn't in them, or at least like it was hard to tell. But the Riddler one could have taken place like in the present. So, but yeah, there was. Oh, that's the other thing. I believe the Batman Urban Legends this month, and then in January is the last issue. There's going to be a bunch of Nightwing.
Yeah,
People
22.
are
Oh
Nightwing
yeah, which
stories.
I was wondering. I read that one. Okay, in 21, how they have Robin on the cover, and I'm not sure who the Robin was supposed to be because they never say. And I feel like that story, the Robin honestly could have been any of them.
Yeah, that's always weird when they do that, where it's like you don't.
Yeah, because he didn't do well. Maybe not Damien, because Damien probably would have said father or at some point. But yeah, it was written generically enough that I almost felt like it could have been any of them.
But yeah, hold on. Trying to see. Yeah, Batman Urban Legends 22 also comes out December 20th.
Oh my gosh.
There's gonna be a whole lot of Dick Grayson on December 20th.
Yeah. My goodness.
So, God, we're gonna have a lot of new stuff to talk about. Well, it's the first of a 2-part story because and then January is the.
Well, maybe why don't we save that one then for let's do both parts
in
in the new
January.
year. Yeah, so then we'll have a little more
We'll
time because I know that you don't normally get your comics on the 20th. And Nightwing's the only one I get both hard copy and digital, so the other ones I won't have. I mean, you can tell me about it. I'll get them later.
But yeah, the Urban Legends, it's a 2-part story. Nightwing featuring new villain, the director who films crime scenes. But yeah, oh no, looks like nice cover. All right, so the last 2 issues of Batman Urban Legends, I knew it was a 2-part Dick Grayson story. I can't remember if in that last issue in January there might be a Dick Robin story too.
I think there is. I think you said something about that before. No, whatever. We'll find out.
Yep. All right, we done?
Yep, we're done.
All right. So next week we're gonna do some more Christmas stuff, or at least one of the issues, because next week we're gonna talk 52, the series number issue 30 and 33.
Christmas happened for. Oh wait, that was a weekly series. I was like, Christmas lasted a long time then.
Yeah, that was the weekly one.
Oh, wait, that's right. It was weekly.
I think at least one of those might be more like Dick with like Bruce and Tim, but I believe the second one is it. Yeah, it's when Dick meets. It's more kind of when they were introducing Kate Kane. So.
Right. Yeah, because he doesn't really know her, and he doesn't know she's a lesbian yet.
Yeah.
Right. 30 and 33, you said?
Yes. Yeah. And then we kind of switched it up, kids. We're going to push back that Inheritance novel to next year. But so, yes, the last week of the year, we're going to cover Batman Gotham Knights Gilded City 1 and 2 based on, the new Batman Gotham Knights game. So I have not
Have you played it yet?
No. Some young man in this house is getting a PS5 for Christmas. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. You can tell us about it because I will never play it. I don't have any gaming systems. I know you could probably buy it for computer, but I'm really terrible at them. And so
it's been years.
It's just not really my thing.
It's been only a couple years since I did a lot of gaming, so I'll probably be horrible at it. But
For me, it was a major achievement if I could come in 7th instead of 8th in Mario Kart. So that's where I am.
Well, you know, it's kind of fun if you ever get the chance. A lot of those Batman Arkham games, because some of them.
Yeah, sometimes people tell me just go on to YouTube and be like Arkham, whatever, like cutscenes or whatever, because people put the scenes into the story.
Because it's not like all
Yeah.
fighting. Like in some of the games, you have to solve like Riddler puzzles and stuff, and yeah.
I mean, I've heard they're really good. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years since I played them. But yeah, they were usually pretty entertaining. All right, kids. So yes, do your homework. Come back. Send us your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find Nightwing News on Facebook, on Twitter. Capes and Lunatics is on Hive now, so go join us there.
Did you follow? Are you following anybody on Hive?
I followed a few people, like Will's on there, Lilith is on there, but it's like I didn't really see a lot of people I knew. I think I followed a couple comic creators, but yeah, I didn't.
Tom Taylor's on there. He posted about it on Facebook that he joined the Hive.
I'm trying to remember, I might have followed him. If not, I will follow him. Yes. So yeah, because it seems like more people are joining every day. Yeah, I mean it's a decent site, but they just got to get it.
What's it like? I mean, is it more like Facebook? Is it a Twitter thing? Is it like Instagram?
It's kind of. I mean, I saw people comparing it to a mix of like Twitter and Instagram, but I haven't done a lot on it, but it almost seems like another version of Twitter. But they just got to build it up more because there's not even like a desktop way to get to it. You just have they just have like the phone app and stuff because. I think whoever created it got really surprised because I think they said, "Oh yeah, there's only like 2 people who like run the thing," and then all of a sudden they were getting like millions of people just jumping on. So
because after Elon Musk bought Twitter,
I think So
okay.
So yeah, they got hit with success very very rapidly. So
yeah.
So follow us there. Find links to all the various social medias for all the shows we do. Keep in the know with everything, new stuff coming in 2023. The YouTube channel, this episode, and everything gets a video. And of course the Patreon, because once again we're paying for this out of our own pocket. Every little bit helps, but $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
And superhero movie brackets are over, thank goodness. But you can watch the whole series on Patreon now. And if you sign up to be a patron, yes, Lil said you can give us suggestions on what to talk about over there in 2023. We'll probably have some surprises for you too. And pick yourself some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And most importantly, I always tell you kids, but I've put my money where my mouth is. As everything rains down. Pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. That's right, it's on my bookshelf. It should be on yours. And again, do it for Christmas. Make someone else happy in your house with a copy of Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder, and make Kristen happy. Very informative and entertaining. So pick that up on Amazon.
And it has a nice cover.
Oh man, I didn't even think of it, man. Black Friday and like Cyber Monday, man. I should have put links up. I forgot. Why didn't you remind me?
I'm terrible about that.
I know. I would have remembered. I would have, but again, it does. Kids, there's always sales on Amazon. Come on. All right, so yeah,
I also think you can buy it digitally, and I don't think it's that expensive.
Oh, okay. So see, kids, go pick it up in paper and digital. However you do it, just do it. But yeah, come back next week for 52, issues 30 and 33. And then Batman Gotham Knights Gilded City 1 and 2 to close out the year.
Man. The end of a swinging and groovy year.
All right, kids. Yes. And again, December 20th, big day for Dick Grayson. But until then, join us same wing time.
Same wing channel.
The Nightwing news. Don't be an Ebenezer Scrouge.